412, July, wine of the month. A few days late getting around to this one, but excited to be back with you. This month is a little bit of a redemption story. Kind of excited to feature this wine. We're heading back to Spain. If you remember, a few months ago, I did a whole video on red wine values in Spain, and we covered wines from several different regions, from Jamia, from Montsant, from Ribera de Duero, from El Bierzo. I really believe that Spain right now has some incredible wines being made at incredible prices, and there's just a lot of value to be had. So I'm excited to jump in and show you guys this one. This is the Vinos de Arganza Seculo, the 2015 Mencia from Bierzo. Now, Mencia is the predominant red grape that grows in this area, and it's often got kind of very pretty aromas, very floral aromas. So it's kind of, you know, if you like Pinot Noir, if you like Gamay Noir, and those kind of pretty aromatics, those violets and those floral aromatics, those earthy aromatics, you're gonna like Mencia. If you like Cab Franc, a little bit on the heavier side, you're gonna like Mencia. I'd say it's kind of in the middle of Pinot and Cab Franc from kind of an intensity and a flavor profile standpoint. In fact, it was often mistaken for Cabernet Franc, given its similarity to that grape, but more of kind of a California style than a Loire style. So somewhere kind of in the middle there, between a Pinot and a California Cab Franc, if you can kind of picture that. The reason I'm excited about this one is the white grape that comes from Bierzo is a grape called Gadeo, which I love. And I reviewed the Vinos de Arganza Gadeo on my Instagram account, and you know, it really didn't hit the mark for me. I wasn't a huge fan, and I was fairly honest about it, and I didn't give it a great review. But man, this is good Mencia, so I'm really excited to feature Vinos de Arganza again and give them credit where credit is due, because this is a really, really nice wine. So the region here, Bierzo, again, northwest corner of Spain, Galicia area, very well known for Rías Baixas, which makes incredible white wines from the Albarino grape out on the coast, just above Portugal. This is a little further inland, a little bit more mountainous, has a different soil type. There are granite and slate type soils in the northern part, a little bit more clay based in the south. But really hilly, very mountainous country. So the vineyards sit up in elevations of 1,200 to 2,500, 2,700 feet above sea level. Old vines. It's a very old growing region, 4,000 year history. So what you're going to get are these bush vines, these kind of head trained vines. They're not on the nice pretty trellises. So it requires a lot of manual labor to harvest them, right? You're not just kind of going through and cutting things down. You're really picking around that vine and getting a cluster at a time. Old vines, so producing and eking out small amounts of very concentrated fruit from these old vine vineyards. And then with the steep hillside slopes, very poor topsoil, so these vines really have to struggle and dig deep to get any water, and they pick up a really nice level of minerality, I think, on these wines. So a couple unique things about this. And then honestly, given the hillside sites, you really, automation's kind of out of the picture here. These guys are doing all this stuff by hand, and ladies, out there harvesting by hand and really working the vineyard by hand. So an awful lot goes into making an awful little amount of wine. So how can you still get incredible value? It's really an undiscovered region. A lot of people don't know about it. If you ask most wine drinkers about Spanish wine, they're going to say Rioja. They may say Priorat. They may say Ribera de Duero. No one is really thinking about Bierzo. And lucky for us, we get to kind of take advantage of that and drink some really great wines at great prices. So I'm not going to go through the whole history of Spain and winemaking. I did a little bit more of that in my last video. If you want to check that out, I'll give you a link to that. It's in my other videos. But let's jump right into this one. So let's take a look at the color first. It's definitely a garnet red. There's no purple here going on. It's a 2015, so it's got a couple years of age on it. But no kind of thinning on the edges either. It's pretty evenly garnet red. Give it a sniff. Yeah, I mean, the nose on these wines really is pretty. It's a ripe, I'm trying to explain this. If you like Gamay and those pretty lifted aromatics and the florals, that's there. You're going to get some violet, definitely get some floral characteristics, but this has a riper nose. This has almost prune, to be honest, and raisin. Yeah, a little bit of blackberry, but I'm picking up a lot of raisin and a lot of prune. There's also a kind of a dusty, earthy note here that's really nice. Maybe some red licorice, a little bit of vanilla, a lot going on. Very, very aromatic wine. You're not going to be disappointed. You can smell this wine for hours. Really, really nice. Let's give it a sip. Yeah, those pruny notes are definitely still coming through. Really good fruit. Medium bodied, you know, it's not a big, massive wine. Nice weight though, it's medium plus. Really good tannins though. I mean, it's definitely got a drying sensation, and it's a fairly structured wine. For as pretty as the nose is, you get a little more structure than you'd expect. And there's a really good dose of acidity on this as well that kind of, you know, keeps you coming back for more. I want to have another sip. Really nice. You know, I think this wine, honestly, summer months, as we're winding down summer, grilled sausages, grilled piece of lamb, you know, really anything you want to throw on the grill. Maybe even drink this slightly chilled. You know, I have this at cellar temperature, you know, a little above 60 degrees, and it's perfect, but this could even be a little bit colder. And I think, you know, it's not very heated here. It's, yeah, 13% alcohol. So this is a great example of a red wine to have in a summer day, on a summer day while you're grilling out. Guys, Pennsylvania, this is on sale for $9.99. I mean, this is something, go buy a bottle for sure. See if you like it. If you do, these are the case buys, right? You find something like this, you buy a case of it, you drink it throughout the winter months as well. It's an excellent bottle of wine for the price. So kudos to Vinos de Arganza. Great job on this mencia. Sorry I didn't love the Gadeo as much. I do have a couple more bottles of that. I'm gonna revisit and give it another chance. But definitely seek out this mencia from Bierzo. Very good. All right, that's July's wine of the month. Here's to expanding your palates, drinking new regions, drinking new varietals. Cheers.